Guys, what's going on? It's Starfield Dad back with another video, and we are less than 12 hours away from the early access launch. And in today's video, I'm going to explain to you why the full exploration of planets that we can't do isn't necessarily a bad thing. I'll explain why. But as always, if this video brought you any value, entertainment, or anything, a like and a subscription would greatly help me out. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. So as you may know, a few days ago, some fans got pretty upset when they found out that Starfield's planets use a tile system to create the exploration, meaning each planet has a number of tiles functioning as wide landscapes with realistic details. These tiles are then wrapped around the spherical planet, creating various areas, rather than just one giant tile from end to end like a game, say No Man's Sky. And because of that, you don't have the full fluid function of going from one end to the planet all the way around back to where you started. Now, the community was a little divided on this. A lot seemed like they didn't care, they were fine because they weren't going to walk in the same direction for 10 minutes to see if they could get around the planet anyhow. However, there were another group that were upset because they were led to believe that the planets were all one spherical planet without any interruptions. But one Star Citizen player is pointing out that the disappointing Starfield fans that wanted the whole planet as one giant spherical option may not be disappointed after all, and I'll explain. The Star Citizen player points out that fans shouldn't be taking this so hard. As you can see here on the screen on this Reddit post, he writes that without having much to do on a planet itself, exploration quickly becomes rather boring and even monotonous, leaving a player let down after they reach a new planet. And one of the top comments under that Reddit post says, "I've played Elite Dangerous and No Man's Sky. Like you said, being able to land absolutely anywhere with no landing screens is really cool, but I'd rather much prefer the depth of having actual explorable structures and reasonable numbers of enemies. If it means giving up the land anywhere stuff, then I'm okay with that." Keep in mind also that Bethesda's taking a unique approach when it comes to planet exploration. When a planet lands on a procedurally generated planet, the game will render a handful of handcrafted locations for them to explore, all of which will be appropriate for the atmosphere of the planet itself. So if you land on a rocky planet, you might find a mine that will have been handcrafted by the development team at Bethesda. Now, this news should at least take the sting out of the reduced planet scope for players. I mean, it sure sounds like Bethesda's trying something original with the design of Starfield's planets compared to other games like Elite Dangerous or No Man's Sky or Star Citizen. And as an avid No Man's Sky player, which I dumped a ton of hours in over the last 5 or 6 years, I gotta say, just like the Reddit comment said, exploring the planets freely is very awesome, but it does get very boring because it's literally the same things on every planet, everywhere you go. Now, of course, we don't know all the details on Starfield's planets or what they will generate, whether it be outposts with enemies, mines, etc. Being that this is a BGS game, I am confident that Todd Howard and his team, with the amount of time they had making this game and polishing it, is going to satisfy and blow our expectations out of the water. But as always, let me know in the comments below. When you found out that the system for a planet was a tile that was duplicated and you had invisible walls, were you disappointed? Or are you okay with just exploring what you can? And also, as a reminder, I will be live on August 31st, 8 p.m. Eastern, with the Starfield early access release. I hope you all can stop by and join me because this community has grown and been amazing. So until then, at Astro Travelers, we'll see you soon.